Hello everyone and welcome back to Sports Today for another edition of the live Dugout. Now obviously, we have heard in the past, I think there's been plenty of debates even on this channel about players resting. This time around, we are going to be debating something entirely different. The head coach getting a rest, and not for the first time this year, mind you. Because we saw it happen during
third time, I believe, in the last 6 months.
Correct.
It happened during the Ireland tour. Chalo, he had a different, but you can't really put that.
Ireland, you can't say
because there were games happening simultaneously. But yes,
Zimbabwe.
Yes, Zimbabwe.
And also after the South Africa series. In fact, last year when India went to South Africa, the ODI series he wasn't there. Rahul Dravid wasn't there. I think he went early with the
even this year, if I'm not wrong,
with the test team.
I mean,
this time year, as in
after the IPL
actually spilled over.
No, I'm talking about like this year. Remember, you had the South Africa T20Is. Then you had the ODI series with the second string squad. Lakshman was there too, wasn't he? Because Bapu had gone to the team with Australia.
So now I'm talking about that one only. Because he had to leave early because just to get acclimatized with the players
and the conditions
for that tour of Australia, for rather the World Cup. So and not just Rahul Dravid, Vikram Rathore, your batting coach.
Correct.
Paras Mahabre is your bowling coach. So I believe they are also going to get that break.
Yes.
Yeah. So I understand, that just for the sake of that workload management, players do take rests and then they get injured also at times, unfortunately. But now the coaching staff is also getting pretty good rest. And by the way, you have 12 months in a year, and then out of those 12 months, 2.5 months you're playing IPL. So I believe coaching staff usually is free at that time for that duration of
IPL.
IPL 2.5 months. So you're left with say about 9 months, and then in those 9 months, 3 months maybe if you are playing at home, and then so about 6 to 7 months you are with the team, the coaching staff I'm talking about, and then you need a rest. Not for the first time though.
No, not for the first time. But I think, nowadays in today's day and age, as we say, workload management, we're coming in with players also. And to be fair, and this is me playing devil's advocate here for this side, saying that the schedule does get very brutal sometimes. Because it's not just around home, you're traveling abroad, then there will be other things. Then does it not beg the question, why do we not opt for split coaching? I think England have done it.
I think the only way to go forward, I am in for this change of sorts that we are seeing, that yes, the backroom staff also demands some rest. Yes, 2.5 months straight does count as rest during the IPL window. But if you look at it, the team and the backroom staff has been in Australia since the first week of October, if I'm not wrong. We're already midway through the month of November, and the team's gone to New Zealand now for 6 matches in totality. So by the time they come back, it would be end of December.
December?
What time? First week of
December 30th is the last ODI.
December 30th.
No,
or November
30th.
So yes.
November 30th.
So that's 60 full days. So that's 60 full days that you're away from your homeland. Keeping that in mind, and of course there are other series as well to follow, not like the action stops there. You've got Bangladesh as well coming up after that. So if you look at it that way, then the team does. When does the backroom staff take rest?
Maybe for home tours?
When, even if they are traveling, even if they were to travel, when does the backroom staff get rest? Yes, you rested your prime players and all.
When? 2.5 months when you're playing IPL.
But that was before, that was in the first half.
And it's not that you're always traveling. Okay, I'm okay with it. So that is exactly what we are saying, that there are times in this small brief duration of time that Rahul Dravid has spent with the Indian team, he has taken a few rests.
Yes.
Okay. So I agree. Maybe you're saying after a grueling T20 World Cup, you wanted rest. You've taken it. But then if you are taking if it becomes a frequent exercise,
It shouldn't happen too often. Is that what you're saying?
but that's what is happening. Rahul Dravid was appointed last November, that 1 year, and Zimbabwe he didn't go.
He didn't go to Zimbabwe.
He didn't go to Zimbabwe. Ireland I can still understand because
Yes, because simultaneous matches.
England
Yes,
was,
that's an
playing at that time.
that's an
England were
exception.
playing at that time.
Yeah.
For the T20 World Cup, maybe that was a more important thing to visit or land in Australia much earlier with the team to get acclimatized, because we saw the team that was playing a full strength South African team who were playing here. They got knocked out in the Super 12 stage only, and we made it to the semi-final. So that was the benefit of traveling to Australia. I think we reached Australia, the Indian team reached Australia on 6th, if I'm not wrong.
6th of October,
On 6th
maybe.
of
Yes.
October they reached there. The first game they played on 23rd. So which means say about
20.
17 odd days,
17
more
odd
than
days.
just 2 weeks. So the benefit of those 2 weeks was, or 2-3 weeks was, that you made it to, you went a step further than where South Africa
The group
finished.
stage. Yes. Yes.
So that
yes.
was the benefit of going earlier. So you go anytime. I understand it. At times it does make a difference, especially when you are going for a test series. Going to countries like New Zealand, Australia, England, because these actually are alien conditions here that you find. I understand. Fair enough. I think you had your priorities right, how well you wanted to do in this T20 World Cup. Unfortunately, it wasn't because of acclimatization that you lost that you did so poorly in the tests in the T20 World Cup. The reasons, as we all know, were different. Your selection howlers
Was flawed.
Yeah.
B, maybe you were not prepared. As we say, the template that we've been talking about, in fact the Indian team management has been talking about, it remained all in toss.
Yeah.
So there was no walk the talk, at least as far as that template is concerned. Approach, whether you had the horses for courses as far as T20 is concerned. So acclimatization I don't think was an issue. But then and Rahul Dravid, I think you need to fix the accountability at least at some stage. Today everybody is going after Rohit Sharma, which we should actually.
His form was pretty poor.
His form was poor, and the selection, the playing 11.
Yeah, a lot of those were his selection.
Exactly, his, and I'm sure Rahul Dravid.
Rahul Dravid as well. Yes. Yes.
Rahul Dravid. Rahul Dravid cannot just say, I don't have anything to do with these selections.
Yes.
100%.
No.
He is part of that dressing room. He is in that decision making system of the team management. Accountability has to be fixed somewhere. Meantime, we can also take a few.
In fact, as Sharvil Patel says, and this is an interesting point, because I remember reading a quote in this, which I'll come to. I'll read his comment first. He says that I feel he might have asked for short breaks, he being Rahul Dravid, while he was negotiating his contract for becoming a head coach. This might have been a way for the BCCI to woo Dravid to become a coach. Why I say this is interesting? Because I remember reading some quote from, I don't know whether it was Dravid, whether it was a second-hand thing, which said that he wouldn't be interested in becoming the Indian team head coach because it would involve a lot of travel. However, he was okay being the NCA director because that was based out of Bangalore.
But that is the reason, why BCCI asked him, because BCCI had said we are not going to spend or splurge 7 crores for an NCA chief.
Exactly,
because that's a huge amount to pay for that job as NCA director or NCA chief. So they wanted him as head coach, and whatever has happened, whatever has transpired in the last 1 year, or say about 16-17 months since September last year, when Virat announced that he's not going to lead the Indian team in T20 cricket post the 2021 T20 World Cup. Dravid was always aware. He was flew out to Dubai for that IPL final where a lot of things happened. He was convinced by the the higher ups or the people who matter to take up that job. So I'm sure Rahul Dravid must have discussed the entire roadmap with them. He must have been made aware what they think about the captaincy. He wanted a fresh captain. He got Rohit Sharma as the captain. I'm sure even before the BCCI announced, because the IPL happened before the T20 World Cup, by the way. At that time, Virat had only announced that he is going to relinquish his T20 captaincy.
Yeah.
So when Rahul Dravid went to Dubai to meet the decision makers or the office bearers of the BCCI, he must have been informed about the roadmap that BCCI was looking at, which involved Rohit Sharma as captain in white ball cricket, Virat captaining in test cricket, which of course Virat also relinquished later in December, January this year. So he knew everything. So it's not that Rahul was handcuffed. Rahul Dravid was handcuffed and was asked to take up this job. So Rahul Dravid must have asked for a few things. And as far as these breaks are concerned, Sharvil, maybe you are right. That has always been the case. Rahul Dravid, and also you have to realize for so many years now, Rahul Dravid has been working with the NCA. You know, he likes to spend his day in NCA working with the injured players or the youngsters, and then in the afternoon he can go back to his place, have lunch with family, then again come back to NCA post lunch, do the normal
be part of those
then
drills
come back
with the
again.
youngsters,
Absolutely.
India needs a fearless foreign coach like Owen Morgan in white ball. Nitish Kumar, I don't know. You can.
Morgan is a coach, I don't know, because again, what is his credentials as a coach? But one thing we've seen when it comes to him in England, he has a mind for the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So he would be a very good option. Like I know in IPL, we always talk about directors of cricket and say, what is the point of that role? This man has the brain for it. And he could be used in some capacity by any team, even India if they're so pleased. Because he has a good brain for squad building, instilling a template, all of these kind of things.
Akash Bhargav. That's what Rahul Dravid being rested or given rest. You know, you might as well get VVS Lakshman as your white ball coach then.
Perhaps.
Give him a full-time job as a white ball coach then.
What about
Or do
MS?
the other way around. Decide, okay, fine, you want Lakshman as your test coach. Either which way.
But how does this reflect on the team? Is my question here. Changing coaches, you know, Umran Malik, the last time around he had the opportunity to don the Indian colours.
Was under
That was
VVS.
Ireland and under VVS. He knows that the head coach of the team is actually not VVS Lakshman but Rahul Dravid, who's taking care of marquee series and marquee tournaments.
And he's not part of this.
He comes back into the setup, again finds VVS Lakshman over there and not the head coach appointed. What sort of reflection does that have on young players like Umran Malik? This is something new. Who does even if he was to talk this out with let's say a senior player, this is something new happening in Indian cricket. What does an Umran Malik do right now and what kind of impact can this have? That's my question here.
But to be very honest now, you know, the likes of similarly likes of Rajat Patidar and
Yes.
Rahul Tripathi, they were picked for that
Ireland tour.
for that tour of Ireland and England white ball tour, but they never got a game and then came back without playing a single game. Umran Malik still got a game.
Tripathi.
actually was there for both of VVS.
Yes. Not
Even
this.
South Africa.
Not this time though.
But he was there for the ODIs.
Not this time.
No,
Not
he's there for the Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Yes.
For the Bangladesh
Yes.
leg, he is there, Rahul Tripathi. So, as far as Umran is, I think he's already made the right kind of noises for him to be considered in future. I think he's ahead. And now, in hindsight, we can always say, you know, he could have been paid. Although at that time, Nikhil was very insistent that you can actually have somebody like Umran Malik. And when everybody saw him last season, everybody said that he should be fast tracked. He should be fast tracked. In a matter of say about 1 year, he has played for India. How do you fast track somebody? He played for India A. Now he's already represented India the senior team.
Yes.
In fact, he went the reverse way, because I think he got a
Yes.
India A after the island tour.
After the island tour. Yes, I think he's right.
Last year he went to South Africa with the
Oh, right.
Oh,
Last year he went to South Africa with the India team, India A. So that's all. So I'm saying he is being fast tracked. I don't know if what future holds for him, but looking at what happened this World Cup, somebody like Haris Rauf, if you have that kind of pace, accuracy also, he needs to build that accuracy also.
Yeah, because he was strong in that Ireland series. Yes.
And Haris Rauf, and looking at somebody like Haris Rauf, I realized, in the middle overs, when the ball gets a little softer, you need that kind of intimidating pace to trouble the batsman. Same is the case with England.
Mark Wood, correct.
Yeah.
Everybody has Lockie Ferguson for England.
For New Zealand.
For New Zealand.
For New Zealand, I'm so sorry.
And even, I think Australia had someone like Pat Cummins, Mitch Stark, both who could be doing that role.
So
India had no one.
India actually has nobody. India have, what did they have? Ashwin, Akshar Patel. So I think that is where, I think for Mumbai Indians, they've been able to use somebody like Jasprit Bumrah very judiciously. Even because they use him, they'll give him let's say 1 over to start, and then will bring him back in the middle overs.
Over there.
Yeah.
So these kind of bowlers, they can be very intimidating, especially with the softer ball, because after the ball gets soft, you don't have that kind of intimidating pace coming at you. So the batsman can take it relatively easy. So in hindsight, I can say all these things, but then you never know. Maybe Umran Malik, but you didn't lose this T20 World Cup because Umran Malik wasn't there.
Yeah.
You didn't lose this, or you were knocked out in the semi-final. So, and I don't know what rest, workload management everybody has been talking about. A lot of other reasons. Anyways, there's another series. Public memory actually is very short. Last year also we had a World Cup. This year also we have a World Cup.
Next year, the year after that,
a World. Then 25 you'll have Champions Trophy.
With Champions Trophy.
Yeah,
In all of this, the World Test Championship.
There'll be 2 World Test Championships
Yes.
during the next FTP. So yeah.
So public memory is very short. Tomorrow we'll do we'll win a few bilateral series, and we'll go Gaga, which actually doesn't
happen.
which is not wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody's played well.
In a bilateral series.
Yeah, so New Zealand, India is going to tour New Zealand. In fact, the team is already there. Hardik Pandya, I think, addressed the media. Did he say anything interesting?
Yes,
No, not
with
really.
regards
Not
to
really.
just those comments made by Michael
Vaughan.
Vaughan,
What did
yeah.
he say?
He
He
just
said
said
we are
like-
not here to prove anything to anyone. We've got faith in our ability
No, he's not
and
the same.
generic.
They're
Good that he's not defensive.
He could have said that, it's not fair. He said, look, everyone's entitled to an opinion, but we don't have to prove anything.
Akash Bhardwaj is asking, is
Just go up.
Ben Stokes the greatest match winner of this decade?
Yeah. He's mentioned Yuvraj as a comparison. But UV in Test cricket compared to Ben Stokes in Test cricket? Ben Stokes, that one Headingley knock itself
Is enough.
is next level legendary. And now he's played match winning knocks in both.
By the
T20
way,
World Cup
speaking
final
of Stokes,
ODI World
and
Cup
maybe Rahul can shed some light here, there are reports doing the rounds that he could possibly unretire.
That's what.
But if that happens, it'll be his workload will really have to be managed because
See, there's a point. I think
then he won't play T20s, no.
but I think but then to be
No,
fair,
I'm
more
saying
of a
for a brief period, for say about 12 months, he can skip playing T20s.
T20Is.
But I think the interesting part over there is because there aren't many teams aren't going to be playing a lot of T20 cricket because we are looking at a World Cup. So I think that's what adds
Correct.
more to this news over here. The fact that yes, he could maybe think about it.
Yeah, and I think to be fair now, next year, you're already seeing a lot of players focus on, like, I think KKR lost 2 players, Billings and Cummins. Because they wanted to focus, Billings said very clearly, I want to focus on my red ball prospects, which to be fair, if Ben Foakes is your only competition, he has a good chance. Cummins, I was wondering, why does he want to this thing? And then I remembered, he's also the ODI captain.
Yeah.
So he's Test and ODI captain. There's Ashes coming next year, and there's an ODI World Cup coming next year. So great workload management on his behalf. So okay, never mind. I'll skip the IPL.
Coach in T20 is not required, as only see ball, hit ball approach is necessary. Only manager is needed.
Well, that'll be too naive to say.
By the way, the only T20 World Cup that India won, you didn't have a
full-time coach.
He was a manager.
Lalchand Rajput.
Lalchand Rajput. He was appointed. His exact designation was
team manager.
Team manager, yeah.
And you can say team manager. He was the manager. By the way, there was no manager. There was no team manager in this
World Cup. Okay.
I didn't know.
Is that what's stopping us from winning big tournaments?
No. See, Lalchand Rajput as manager is different. I'm talking now. You have a team manager. He has nothing to do with cricket. Earlier, what used to happen was somebody from BCCI also at times they have to oblige these people from the other state associations. So somebody goes with the Indian team as the manager. Somebody on this tour and this tour. Then after those Lodha committee recommendations, you had professional managers, like for example maybe somebody who's done a fancy MBA, who has a fancy MBA degree. Now they're back to square one again. In that you can pick anybody from a state association. But unfortunately or fortunately, whatever it is, you didn't have a manager in this T20 World Cup. Big names get rest in bilaterals, and World Cup comes, best 11 has hardly played together. Can hurt in ODIs as well. That's Shubham Singhal.
Good point. We saw it happen this year.
You have a point.
When did the core play together in the end?
Exactly.
And we've gone about it enough. We've talked about it enough. And yes,
that word core.
Core, yes. It hits me to the core now.
Yeah.
Any other comments? Soumya says, what about MS Dhoni news? In fact, there were a couple of people asking if you could verify for them.
I don't know. In fact, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, somebody asked me in the office only that what is this? I said, where did you read it? So it was mentioned in some article in print. So I asked, we have this Sports the Cap. I asked these people that I hope you've not you
put
didn't
this
run
out.
this.
Yeah.
Exactly, you didn't run this. So they said damage is already being done.
Ooh.
They had already. No, that's fine. But they had quoted the source, quoted as the publication from where they picked it. They have mentioned it, because I don't know, to be very honest. A, I have not checked the authenticity. B, I don't think this is happening, at least in near future or immediate future. So I don't think that's happening.
Seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Mayank Thaplayal says that the Indian team needs a coach for T20s who has experience of playing the format in both subcontinent and overseas conditions. Someone like Brad Hodge. How much coaching experience? Ashutosh, what do you think about Sanju Samson? Love the guy.
Yeah.
All massive Sanju fans.
And I think under Rahul Dravid or Rahul Dravid at the helm, I think Sanju will get enough opportunities also. So I honestly, I feel at times for somebody like Rishabh Pant, because he was just getting into the groove. Although he has underachieved as a T20
Yes, as a T20 batter.
Underachieved.
He was given ample opportunities. Let's face it, going into the World Cup.
60 T20 internationals are enough, are more than enough.
He got the captain's armband as well, let's not forget.
Exactly. So, he must be wondering that, I always... I'm always looking at somebody over the shoulder, or somebody is always looking. Because during the T20 World Cup or before the T20 World Cup, there was DK.
Right now,
He came out of nowhere, mind you.
By the way.
now if there's no DK, there is Ishan Kishan.
Ishan
And
Kishan
Sanju.
and
Sanju
Samson, by
Samson,
the way.
yeah.
Although all three can still make it to the 11, but
I think 2 because I think Sanju will be your finisher, and that's where Pant really struggles.
Sanju as finisher, I think is. Yes, he said
said very
that.
clearly
He said that.
the board
He
is
was
telling me-
informed about. He said there was a meeting and he was told last year after the World Cup
To start
that to start preparing as a finisher.
I agree because he he finished a few matches
for
for
RR.
RR also.
and for India also the ones he were playing against
the ODIs,
South
yeah,
Africa
yeah, yeah.
against South Africa, that's fine, but will you bat him at number 6 or 7?
I mean, if
That's
they've
the
told him-
question.
That's the question.
That's the question.
But if they've told him
For
to
me, I
prepare,
think he's far too talented.
He needs
to
be
be
a 4 or 5
to be batting
batter.
for so many
Yeah.
so less deliveries.
He's somebody who can actually get you those big scores.
big scores at a quick rate.
Yeah.
Well, he does bat at all positions in the IPL.
Yeah, we've seen him open, middle order,
Open,
lower
yeah.
order, you name
He's
it.
that perfect floater actually, and it works well for his franchise. And for him, he does get. He is among the runs, in fact.
Oh, we have a nice super chat. Raghavendra,
Yeah, you
please
don't want to
says-
take that.
Yes.
All day long.
Can we please drop KL now? Look, I don't know about drop, but I think there has to be scrutiny over his form now, right? 2 World Cups, same problems. I don't think that could have gone unnoticed.
2 half centuries, no? You
2
got
half centuries against
Bangladesh and Zimbabwe.
yes. Last time around it was Scotland, Namibia, and Afghanistan.
Did he get anything against
I
Afghanistan?
think
Now,
he-
request for you. There are people there asking you to interview AB de Villiers here on Sports Today.
You will have to request AB de Villiers.
Well, you might you'll
But we'll
might
be
as well
happy to
catch
do
him
it.
on the flight to New Zealand if you're lucky.
No,
What will he be doing there?
Huh?
He's likely to be
I
sitting
think,
outside a
I
Mumbai
think he's
bakery.
somewhere in I think he's somewhere in Mumbai.
Yeah, wasn't he supposed
What,
to have
has he
that
not
interview
gone
with
back?
Sachin or something?
Has he not gone back?
No, I think that's done. Huh?
That's done. Huh?
He was here until last week, but has he not returned?
Must have gone to maybe Abu Dhabi. There are so many leagues happening around the world.
Recently, the American League was finally announced.
Yes,
League
yes,
cricket.
yes. It's happening next year.
Yeah, 2023.
Yes.
There'll be some KKR franchise.
Yeah.
That's why I know about it.
Can we just hold this comment? Meet Sony. What is he saying?
I think BCCI should not look at Pant as a future captain because in the SA 5
5
T20
T20
series, Pant
series.
was captain, Hardik VC. Now New Zealand series, Hardik is the captain and Pant VC. BCCI should go with Hardik as captain.
I think Hardik is your future T20 captain.
There is
Yeah.
growing clamour now about Hardik being your.
But
No,
Hardik,
Captain.
that is exactly what.
Is that the roadmap?
Yes, because I remember not too long ago, 6-7 months ago, I spoke to somebody and they said we are going to stick to
Hardik?
KL Rahul.
KL Rahul.
Okay.
KL Rahul.
He was seen as the all format captain.
But
Yes.
recently, I think during the World Cup only, I spoke
This
to somebody. And
Change of heart?
Yeah,
Finally.
Hardik.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
then that means split captaincy.
Why?
Hardik, how much test cricket has Hardik played in recent times?
No, Hardik won't. No, Hardik will not play Test cricket anymore.
Exactly.
But then you're looking at split captaincy, na then?
No,
White ball cricket.
I'm saying Hardik as your T20 captain.
Yes, correct. but
And
then
in all likelihood, then your ODI captain as well.
But not your test captain. That means you have a different
Exactly.
captain.
Yeah.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Okay.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Saurav Kumar, we were just discussing that. You know the
Yeah, we
possibility of Benjamin
perhaps a little
Andrews
late for
coming out
that,
of
but
retirement.
yeah, we'll have to
Wouldn't
wait and
surprise me,
watch.
because again,
We'll have to
wouldn't
wait and
surprise
watch.
me, because again, he's been more of a matchman on ODIs than he's been in T20Is. T20Is really is underwhelmed.
Yeah.
The one good match-winning knock he had was actually
The final.
the final, which is why they stuck with him.
No,
as
I
long
don't
as
know. There is something.
But
with
it's
guy.
that, yeah,
they did. That's why
he's.
they back him. He
Yes,
just has that ability.
he's
to
got
match
that
the occasion.
X Factor stamp written, all over him. Okay,
Oh, Mr.
it's-
Shekhar, nice to see you.
Good morning
again.
to you.
And good morning. Not once here have you questioned the ridiculously 3-month duration of the IPL.
IPL,
Don't understand how you enjoy after 45 days. That is ideal. 1 hour dugout episode on retention after recent debacle. No offense. I mean, to be fair,
Well, we were just doing our due,
that's-
to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, with regards to questioning the duration of the IPL.
wasn't that always going to happen anyway?
Exactly, and I
There are
think
two
we've
new
been
teams.
saying that. We have been saying that again. IPL has to be an accepted norm now, I would say. There's nothing changing the IPL. IPL is here to stay.
Here to stay.
IPL is the fourth format in cricket.
World cricket, correct.
As simple. You have ODIs, you have tests, you have T20Is, then you have
IPL. Yeah.
because 3 months.
That's a quarter of the year.
Yes.
There are players
One
who
full
don't-
quarter.
There are players who don't play those many T20Is throughout the year.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're playing just the group stages and you have a full round robin, you're playing what, 14 games?
Yeah,
previously?
14 plus you
So
add
18.
2 more.
And you are going to be seeing more games
No,
now.
4.
You are going to be
Teams
seeing
go
more
home
games
and
now.
away. 18 games.
No, you're talking about
IPL. Once you
no,
include
the 3 month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Means 18
Nine-
games.
And who
18
knows, after
games.
5 years, yes, there's been reports in the past of the teams increasing furthermore as well.
Well, if that happens, then
Well, that will happen after a point. Let's face it.
and Shekhar, you can actually blame us, but the fact is that even Indian team is traveling to New Zealand. They are also not have gone into some depression or
Yeah,
meditation.
the world
or-
moves
The world moves on. The game goes on.
As I said earlier, last year also there was a World Cup. India
then you
lost.
went to New Zealand.
You didn't even make it to the semis. This year also you had a World Cup. You just made it to the semis. You lost. Next year also you have a World Cup. Then thereafter again next year
There's
year
a
also you
T20.
have-
That's not to say we're going to be finding consolation in all these tournaments coming so thick and fast. Let's hope we do end up getting
Yeah,
some silverware. But
I have to. I should say that we understand your sentiments, and it was pretty bad for even us also. For us, cricket is our bread and butter. Too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but then if you eat bread
But
and butter
then-
every day,
Huh?
sometimes you want some biryani also, no?
some Hakka noodle.
So that is why Shane does a lot of football. Shane does a lot of F1.
F1
Shane
is
does
well.
a lot
Season
of
is
other
finishing,
sports.
man.
Yeah.
So that's the so F1 is his biryani,
Football's my pizza.
and
Football's
is
your
his
pizza. What about your dessert?
Tennis.
Tennis is
I
dessert.
watch a lot of sport.
But then no Federer now?
No problem. Someone new
Okay.
will come along and catch my attention.
Alright.
Wait, go up. Praveen says, mark my words, KL is going to be captain or out of team. There's no in betweens here. Huh? He'll either be the
That's
captain or
two
he'll be chucked.
extremes. But again, we know KL is going to come back to India. He's going to be given a
He'll
chance.
go
He's
down
going
a
to
bit.
plunder runs again.
Win the IPL.
If even in bilaterals.
Okay.
Saurav Kumar. Well, Saurav, I think you will get to watch cricket. You might not have to take retirement.
Nah, most likely. not.
Yeah.
If Ashwin and DK can do
Playing T20, yes.
it, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to change.
Any other questions that we can possibly take?
Tomorrow, when is the series starting? Day after?
Friday.
18th.
Tomorrow is 17th.
Yes.
Tomorrow is 17th.
No, 17.
Yes.
Today 16.
18th. So tomorrow you're going to pick the 11, huh? Your recently returned Mr. Nikhil Nas is
Right.
of course back. He's
Yes.
getting some rest, just like Mr. Rahul Dravid. He also needs a bit of rest.
Is he taking as long a break?
No, probably no. We
He's
don't
back
give-
in action?
I don't think he has that option, in all fairness.
No, see, he's not taking that long a break.
Exactly. He's back.
Yeah, he's going to come back tomorrow. He landed here last night and will be back in office tomorrow for you people. I believe you people will have a difficult task to pick the 11 tomorrow.
Most likely.
Will it be difficult?
It should be.
No, I mean, the
Couple of course, new inclusions there in that
team, I mean,
squad.
what if you want to
Yeah.
experiment? What if the team wants to experiment? There's lots going on.
Well, they've been doing that. There's anyway a
I mean,
lot
they
of
do that a lot.
experimentation this whole year we've seen anyway.
Yeah.
Who will cover FIFA World Cup in Qatar?
Raj Das Gupta wants to know. If you are traveling, you can join Anuj Shukla.
Yes.
He will be covering the FIFA World Cup for us in Qatar, Doha, and a lot has changed since I last, in fact, visited Doha. In fact, I went to, sorry,
I just scroll up. Your good friend Chandresh has put in a
Mr.
comment.
Chandresh.
Upar.
Okay.
We'll take the super after.
Where is Chandresh?
Slightly high,
We'll come
slightly
up
higher.
with something.
Interesting.
Where
Thoda
is he?
upar. Chandresh Narayan couldn't. There we go.
Chandresh Narayan. Why can't
Why
we
can't we
have
have separate ODI and T20 captains? Australia, Afghanistan, Bangladesh have. Why are we
England also.
any different? As in, no, they have Butler, no? No.
Why not they have separate ODI and ODI and T20? Yeah.
They have Butler.
Yes.
So Chandra, if you want us to follow Bangladesh and Afghanistan now. We made it to semi-finals, by the way. And the teams that you are talking about,
None of them made it to the
Australia,
semis.
Afghanistan, Bangladesh, did they make it to these semis? No, they didn't. You want us to follow these teams? Anyways, but I think that's going to happen now. Maybe. I think it depends a lot would depend on the respective players now, because in India that's been the norm. You know, I'm sorry to say, but that has been the culture.
Yeah.
You know.
My worry, okay, who's that? Devajit Mukherjee.
Devajyoti Mukherjee.
Devajyoti, is it?
Yeah, it's an I.
Yeah. So my worry, Shane, you want to read the question?
Yeah,
It's
sure.
not readable
The
from
font,
here.
all right.
Yeah.
My worry is that the new generation batters have wicket keeping as a secondary skill and not bowling. We need to groom batting all-rounders for T20s. Well, I mean, England would agree with you.
Of course. Well, they've groomed so many players
There's
in
so
a way.
many.
New Zealand actually they have so many wicket-keeping batsmen, by the way.
Yeah.
There are so many batsmen who can keep wickets, or they have so many wicket keepers who can bat well.
Yeah.
But Devin Conway, I think
even Glenn Phillips.
Glenn Phillips,
then
yes.
Finn Allen,
Allen.
Tom Latham,
Latham, yes.
Finn Allen. There's so many names, but I think you are right. I think that also maybe that has a lot to do with who you idolize. I think a lot of youngsters must have taken up cricket looking at MS Dhoni. To be
MS
very
Dhoni,
honest.
yes.
A lot of players must have. So, but yes, I think that's one area of concern for India. Not that I'm saying don't.
You shouldn't idolize Dhoni, but you need all-rounders.
Yes, you need all-round. I think that is where England are way ahead of everybody.
They've had. I mean, to be fair, if you want to idolize all-rounders, going all the way back from Ian Botham to more recently someone like Freddie Flintoff.
No, and you
now Ben Stokes.
The first World Cup, the second World Cup, or the third World Cup that we won. If you look at the 1983 World Cup winning team, you were loaded with all-rounders.
Couple days.
2007, you had Yuvraj Singh. Even 2011, Virendra Sehwag could bowl. Sachin could bowl. Yuvi could bowl. Raina could bowl.
Sachin's taken plenty of wickets. Just that we never really talk
about.
Years,
obviously, he's
but we never talk about it. But yeah, you had a Hooda though with you, but you didn't make use of his bowling
Sachin
ability.
Could bowl everything. Medium
pace,
leg spin, off spin.
Yes.
Pretty sure if he came along in this generation, he'd learn like Sikandar Raza, Sunil Narine spin also.
Yeah.
This team, he would have been.
Or maybe do a bit of Saranga as well. Do something like this link. Kedar Jadhav. Sachin could do that.
Sure. Can you go down, please?
Okay, KP Ryder
is very optimistic. Says, I reckon, boys, that India are the favourites for the next T20 World Cup.
Far-fetched from where we stand right now.
Fingers crossed.
We'll cross the bridge when it comes.
Yeah.
I don't know. England going the right way, BCCI should follow that.
No, to be fair, England, we'd always talk about India having a robust system to follow. And to be fair, if you look at IPL and you look at the amount of revenue generated, it's true. But the kind of path which England have taken to their national team is bearing a lot of fruit now. The test team was neglected, but now Bazball has somehow revived that too. White ball team, I mean, they're already ODI and World Cup and T20 champions. Might just want to take a leaf out of that.
Why most all-rounders in IPL teams are mostly foreigners? Why IPL teams don't back Indian talent like
Raj Bawa,
Rishi Dhawan, Hangrekar as well, GGK.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not.
They don't have a responsibility to be
nurture
the
talent.
Exactly. To be the feeder system to. Of course, you get a lot of talent from IPL.
Yes.
But their first priority
is to win.
Is to make the franchise.
Is to
do well.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
As I said, Rajangat Bawa, definitely he's in
Good
the
young
setup.
prospect,
He's,
but-
he's in the IPL. Hangrekar, I think he is under suspension. He was picked by CSK. He played also. I don't think he played any game. Did he get a game?
I don't think he
I don't think he did. Yeah.
May have.
He was there in the auction.
Bawa
Yeah, he got
was
picked.
picked by CSK
picked,
also, but
okay.
thereafter I think there's this issue with him as of now. I think that ban or suspension, if there is
Okay.
one, will be revoked soon. Revoked as in the period would be over
Okay.
for Hangrekar. So hopefully, because I think there were some issues with his age. And then the third one was
Oh yeah.
Rishi Dhawan.
Rishi Dhawan is
he's
now
a
a veteran.
veteran.
Would you want
He's
to?
not a youngster anymore.
Exactly. He's a veteran.
He's a veteran now.
Yeah.
He's a veteran. Is there a no? There's no word.
No, there's no better word than that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Raj Bawa, I feel for him because he's in that team which really values long-term building.
Yeah.
Kings 11.
Yes.
So and the likes of Vijay Shankar, he was given a lot of opportunities.
Vijay Shankar, the irony of his life is he was the backup to Hardik Pandya in the Indian team, is now the backup to Hardik Pandya in Gujarat Titans.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, sorry, I lost track
Vijay
there.
Shankar?
Vijay Shankar.
Sidhu should have been, yeah.
Then you have Varun Iyer,
Venkatesh Iyer.
Venkatesh Iyer.
Then you have who's the third one?
Shardul.
Shivam Dubey.
Shivam, to be
Shardul.
fair, doesn't bowl anymore. His bowling is gone for a toss.
Exactly.
That 19th over.
So anyways, don't worry, we'll talk a lot about IPL in coming days because what's going to happen on 23rd of
23rd.
December is when they'll have a mini auction and there are a few big names.
And a friend there, I'm forgetting his name. Yes, we might as well do another hour-long show on 23rd of December.
No, I think on
I think we'll do a lot more than that.
will be a
Yeah, so
longer show.
Natik Parashar is saying there's no suspension on Hangrekar. We have to check that.
No, I don't think it has been reported much, to be very honest.
Achha.
It hasn't been reported.
Right.
I can check. No, I'll tell you. So what usually happens is.
okay, while we get that confirmation
We'll take a couple
for
more
you.
comments.
Yeah.
Okay, not that one.
Then okay.
I think Viral Sangada can take that. What about the next ODI World Cup? Pakistan will be a very good side with their batters more comfortable in ODIs. Interesting. To be fair, ODIs is kind of suited to their best batsmen.
Yes.
Someone
Up
like
top.
Babar Rizwan
Yeah,
would
the two
flourish in
of them.
ODIs
I
because
don't know if our dear friend Mr. Chandresh is watching us. Maybe he can throw some light about.
Okay.
so I think yeah.
Oh no. He's
No.
playing.
He's
He's
playing.
playing?
He's playing the
Ah, bad.
Vijay Trophy.
Okay.
I stand corrected.
Mr. Parashar, yes, you stand corrected.
Wait, GGK. Why is Bhuvi still in the T20 team? Why not Deepak Chair? Deepak Chair.
See, Deepak Che was there, but he got injured, no? He was the backup.
No, is Bhuvi there in this? No, he's not there. I
Bhuvi is
think
not
he's
there.
He's not there.
A lot of the seniors have
The
been
New
rested.
Zealand T20 team. Okay.
No, is he there in the New
I don't
Zealand
think
team?
I don't think
Yes.
Bhuvi is there.
Please check
I'll just check.
because these days Chandresh. Oh, Chandresh. Chandresh actually tried to call me, then I didn't answer.
Okay.
So
The T20. Oh, he's there for the T20s, Bhuvi.
He's there?
Yeah, very shocking.
Okay.
Considering Siraj is there, I mean Siraj and Umran are really the only youngsters. Arshdeep
Okay,
too, but then he was
so
a regular.
Deepak's there in the ODI side.
yeah, Deepak is
There in
reaching
the-
there. I think Deepak is not there in the T20.
Correct, he's there in the ODI.
He's there in the ODIs.
In fact, he's there for the ODI squad in Bangladesh as well. So yeah.
They'll make him play for the whole year, and then suddenly when the time comes,
He'll pick an injury.
no, they'll pick somebody else.
They'll pick Bhuvneshwar again.
Or bring back Shami.
Or Umesh Yadav.
Or Umesh Yadav.
No, Shami is fine, but
But no, I think Shami also now there's going to be. I mean, to be fair to the guy, he literally played a T20.
Yeah, a year back.
Yeah.
A year back. it
Last
was-
World Cup?
Last World Cup. Namibia game, if I'm not wrong. Oh, okay then.
Ooh.
that was a fall.
That was the phone.
Yeah. But it's intact.
Luckily.
Yeah.
It's okay. And imagine I
I have the
Okay,
cover.
you had the cover.
is in hand.
Okay.
just got it out of this cover. Chalo. Anyways, see.
So,
Faster than Ashwin. Chalo, anyways, I think we should.
So yes, we should call it wraps.
Yeah, we should.
Should we? Yeah.
Unless you want to go on R Plus talking about the IPL.
Okay, Cricket Lover is back. He's also one of our dear family members, I believe.
No, the Eagles are back. The Eagles are back. They will be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Chalo, anyways.
We'll call it a wrap.
Yes,
Yeah,
we'll take a
we'll
leave
see you
for
guys
now.
tomorrow.
See you then. Thank you so much
Bye-bye.
for tuning in. Bye bye.